day of reckoning. First 14 metre clear span truss out of the shed. First time. If you pick them up in the middle, they balance quite nicely. The only problem is the shed's only 12 metres wide, so getting it through the door is a little bit challenging. I had to utilise the corner somewhat to be able to spin it round, but if you tie a rope onto it, you can pull it around, and with the jib on the telehandler, I'm able to spin it sideways enough that I can now get it out of the bloody shed. This is the longest ones yet though. The trusses were under 13 metres, 12.7 or somewhere thereabouts. These are 14 metres. And because of all the extra chunk in the middle there to attach the truss to, and the cleat, fascia cleat plate, and the bit to carry the door tracking and everything welded on the back of it, I decided that I would make a bit of a stand up so that it does not tip over when it's in the shed, because it's kind of a bit of a balancing act at the moment, so I thought I'll just whack something under it, and surely that'll save it from the domino effect again. So the plan is to get these other three knocked out today, out of the way, and then I can get the posts in here, start drilling and dressing the posts with cleats and all the other paraphernalia. All right. Righto, planted these footings probably a month ago now, thereabouts, something like that. Be about that because it was prior to the last time it rained. They've finally sprouted. So a bit of a monumental day today. First post. So I'll get 2 done, the rest, well, the other 3 need repainting, along with another 4 that need painting for the first time. But yep, went on pretty easy, thank Christ, considering I'm doing it on my own. Now I've just got to get up there and get that off. Final Iraqi battle tank going into place. Apart from the 6 side wall posts. As far as main columns go, this is the last one. And when I say Iraqi battle tank, it's because all of them bar 2 posts, which was 1 beam, since it's 13.5 metres cut into 2, work from the UAE. The one remaining one came from Thailand for some reason. So I dare say these are Russian tanks from the Gulf War, melted down and repurposed. That's my theory anyway. To get all the other 13 up relatively easily to a degree. The wind can prove a bit tricky when you're doing it on your own, trying to have them sitting there straight so that you can lower them down, because it's a little bit hard to be in 2 places at the same time, but we're getting there. So, last one. So the goal is to have all these up before it rains, which shall easily accomplish, because once the site gets wet, it's a pretty much no-go zone. So if you're wondering how the fucking hell I do it, you just use the jib and the sling, drop one end, sling off one end, and just pick them up. And then all I've got to do is get it roughly in the right position and lower it down, and then it's a bit of stuffing around with the crowbar, and generally speaking I can, if you get the height right, you can lever it on. So we shall have a go and get into it. Right, we're sort of on. Once you can lever the first, because generally it sort of hangs on an angle anyway, so just use the crowbar to lift it at the bottom to wiggle it over, lower it down a bit, put a couple of nuts on. I'll lower it down a bit more. do the other two. Might have to come back a bit more, I think. Sort of going that. Better. At least I can get them started. Always a way and a means when you're a farmer. Now none of these posts have been levelled off yet. I was just waiting to get them up before I that one's not too bad anyway. By eye. Like I said, haven't been levelled off at all. Haven't been lasered for height yet at all. I just wanted to get them up first. And then when it does rain, at least I can come and do this bit. Yeah, might need to go down a bit on this side. Possibly. Concrete. hopefully a bit better. So now it's just let slim down, shift the ladder, get up, take the sling off. Would have been good to have had the clear spans done to have bolted in now, but they're having a little redesign and then they still need painting, so one thing at a time.